Hey, thanks for being here. Today we're going to talk about Nickmercs. He is a rather large Call of Duty streamer, and yesterday he made a very simple tweet. They should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Now, what was this tweet in regards? Is in regards to this. There was framing anti-LGBT protesters attack pro-LGBT demonstrators outside of a Glendale, California school board meeting. Now, who started it and whatnot doesn't matter. There was a ruckus. Both sides are doing their thing. Who knows? But what's funny is that they call them anti-LGBT protesters, but it's well known these are Armenian parents that, they just ain't got room for this kind of stuff because they don't think that falls within their moral guidelines and ethics. To each their own for me. So I would show this video, but YouTube doesn't like that so much. This person just saying this happened four blocks away. And then Nick chimed in, hey, you know what? Leave kids alone. He doesn't think that the school should be teaching this stuff. And so I don't know which came first.
My wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father. You know, we seen these kinds of videos. It's sad, you know. But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that.
That's all he wants to do. He wants to talk to his kids about things like that. We'll play it very safe for YouTube here. He wants the freedom to be the one that discusses sensitive and mature matters with his own kids. He doesn't feel like the school should be responsible for that. Now, look, I went to school. I went to different schools across the board. I was at private schools, charter schools, homeschooled, and I went to public school. And in each of these different environments, except for homeschool, because that was really only for a semester in high school. But in each of these different environments, I had what used to be known as health ed. I don't know what the hell they call it now. But yes, sex in a very scientific manner would come up, and they would just kind of explain, how someone could end up pregnant. Kind of a big thing, right? They would talk about VD, which, generally would scare most kids. Not everyone, but that's okay. And I also don't agree with scaring kids to begin with. I think the parents should have had the conversation with the kids and explained to them, and because they understand their kids. Now, as a dad, I have had several interesting conversations with my son about these kinds of topics. And I am so grateful that it was me and not someone else. And you know what? I think that helped build and strengthen our relationship because he talks to me about anything now. Okay? Now I see you doubters out there. Kiss my ass. You wouldn't know because you've never had a relationship like that. So, what happened? Call of Duty goes out there and has to say, due to recent events, we have removed the Nickmercs operator bundle from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. We are focused on celebrating pride with our employees and our community. All Nick wanted to do was talk to his kids about it himself. He seems like the kind of guy that's willing to go on the entire spectrum. And you know what? I bet he is well-rounded enough to know when and where and how certain conversations should come up with his kids when they become of age. He just had a baby. So you know what? I'm pretty sure because of the way that he is reacting to this, he's thinking things through. And he's going to know how to do this, and he's going to be a good dad, and he's going to be able to tell when the time is right. That's a big thing. Everyone grows up at their own rate, right? But you know, it's just so easy to group everyone together and make sure and think everyone's just the fucking same. Anyways, Nickmercs has been annihilated, but also has received an impressive amount of support. This is the comments from the YouTube video that we just showed that small clip from. And they are just 100% supporting him. Now, if you go on Twitter under where that particular tweet is, it's 50-50. Go figure, right? Funny that it's all of this on YouTube, though. All support. All support. The people who think that he said something incorrect, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt that they don't understand what's actually being taught in these schools. Most of them. Because most people just don't know and don't see it. Look, you can go anywhere and find out. Now, I'm not saying all the books, but you know what? There's been a few that I have seen the content in these books, and I've heard parents read the content from these books, and if you got one bad one, they all got to go. That's just how it works. Unfortunately, that's how it works because that's the easiest way to handle these kinds of situations. Now, the books are only just not allowed in the school. You can go to the public library. You can go order them from Amazon. You can do whatever the hell you can find these books if you really want your child to see this garbage. So, Nickmercs, stay strong. Let me see. He had another tweet. Friends are created in good times, but families are built through adversity. Appreciate all of you that have my back. Understand my position as a new father and recognize the love I have for all. Ain't no hate in this heart. He didn't apologize. Good on you, Nick. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Curious. If you think Nick is in the wrong, please leave a comment if you would like to see some of the stuff that is in the books. Find me on Twitter. Reach out to me. If you come at me genuinely looking to have a conversation and not just to stir up some crap, I'd love to engage. So you can find me on Twitter, leave a comment here. Let's have a conversation. And until next time, have a good one.
What we got to do is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistake. In this year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise.